Hello, tiny house community. This is a walkthrough of the Rocky Mountain tiny home as seen on season 1, episode 15 of Tiny Luxury. This is an HGTV DIY network production by Bodega Films. What we'll see here initially is just a slideshow of some key pictures, inside pictures, and then later I'm going to be taking you through a walkthrough, giving you a detailed explanation of all the systems and all the features and benefits, and what truly went into the building of this by the team Tiny Heirloom. Tiny Heirloom is out of Portland, Oregon. They did a fantastic job and were able to really bring to light my design and my all my hopes for it with different materials and different features, most of which you'll get here in a minute as I walk you through it. It turned out really well. In fact, I just took receipt of it this week, took delivery of it this week in Colorado, and was able to get it up to my lot where it'll be sitting for recreational use, periodic use throughout the year. So let's get started. So the home was delivered, as you can see here. It's on a 28-foot trailer. I believe it's a custom trailer. Trailer Made is the group that did it. We had to pull it to the top of the mountain using a bulldozer because of the incline. But the trailer is 28 feet, and the cantilever loss, as you can see there, both go out an extra 2 feet. So it's really 32 feet long up top. This is the back of the RV trailer where we put a Fujitsu mini split. I'll talk more about that later. But it's a it's air and heat, as well as ventilation. Really glad I added that last minute, even though it doesn't get incredibly cold up in the mountains, or excuse me, warm up in the mountains. It is nice to circulate the air. This is a copper awning that I had added. Over time, it should patina. That was the goal. It also should provide a little bit of respite for the snowfall in the winter. I chose a sliding glass door because I figured it would give me more space as I entered, and it wouldn't swing open into the unit. I'm really glad I did that. It also brings in a lot of light here in the entryway, and I put the entryway specifically in the hallway there because I figured the hallway would be dead space, hallway moving from the office into the main living room. This is the office, which was a key for me. I intend to be able to work out of this while we vacation, so it had to be with a closing door. Eventually have a high-speed internet here where I'll be able to telecommute. Probably add some shelves and do some modifications of this over time, but the butcher block countertop is 7 feet wide. I put a couple of chairs there, and honestly I could put probably 4 people in there seated if wanted be. Probably will have one of my kids at some point in there working on a laptop or a computer while I do my own work, and it should be easy to accommodate them. We used this linen ceramic tile in the entryway to kind of give it a modern feel, and I really like how it turned out. The bathroom, I would say, is pretty spacious. Use the same tile on the floors, on the walls here, and then the herringbone tile ribbon there is a pretty neat feature. We're not able to put a vanity in, just the mirror would fit because of the lights and the fixture, but the storage over there on the left did give us quite a bit more space. That door is a sliding door, that whitewashed blue. As we enter the main cabin here, you'll see the feature on the wall here. This is the Fujitsu remote for the mini split, AC heater, and then we go into the kitchen. We did a two-tone color on the cabinetry, kind of a navy on the lowers and then a gray on the uppers to give it some contrast. And the granite there is actually marble, hard stone, with some gray veins to kind of bring out the grays, and the beetle kill pine on the ceiling, and then the grays on the cabinetry. That was all kind of by design. The farmhouse copper sink was a neat little addition. There's the mini split right on the wall there with the skylight, which is actually automated, and I'll show you that later. Here's our dishwasher, which is nicely concealed. I also had concealed a trash can. You don't think about this in a tiny home, but where do you put your trash? And you want it out of the way since the space is limited. On the wall here, you've got the heater. I think we'll come back to that. And this is the main living room. I really like how the ceiling came together here with the beetle kill pine on the ceiling and the dark cross beams. Of course, this table, which is a maple table that was manufactured by a custom builder or a custom woodmaker. It's really neat. It's on wheels, so it can wheel into place. You have seating. You could actually put 2 more stools on the end of the table and seat quite a few people there comfortably, as well as move it out of the way for lounge time, relaxing, and taking naps, etc. Good amount of storage on the left, on the side of the living room there for probably bookshelves and games and such. I did ask for a hanging clothes area, and they accommodated me there to the right of the fridge. And then making use of all the space here, there's storage underneath the bottom step. And then here's the washer dryer, which is a combo unit. Both cycles all in one. I've not used it yet, but I'm told it works pretty efficiently. Over here we got a range top, which is a pretty unique brand top. Nice burners, big oven. I anticipate we'll be able to get a turkey in there this Thanksgiving, a small bird anyway, and pretty happy with that. Overhood light and fan. It does not vent externally. It's just an internal fan, so no external venting there. Kind of a spice rack, open shelf there, which turned out real nice. And then this is the Newport Dickinson propane heater. This will heat the whole unit. Actually, it's comes out of the sailing community. They use those in sailboats. There's the propane, gas alarm if you were to get propane fumes into the cab. The storage underneath the bench is significant. I think on the show Jason fit into this, so a grown man could fit into that. So this is your, the Millennium Falcon equivalent of your storage cubbies. And this is the hot water heater, instant hot water heater there. And this is the battery bank. 6 batteries, which are significant in their total wattage in hours. Here's the inverter, MagnaShine inverter. I'm still learning how a lot of the systems works, but for the few days I've used it, has worked incredibly well off-grid. The storage, I think, will come really nice and handy here over time. And then on the side here, within the shelving, you'll see that's the display for the inverter. It gives you a running total of whether you're producing amp hours by sunshine or whether you're using the battery bank, and then what amperage you're using. The fridge is a dual fridge, so it runs on propane or gas. Currently have it running off gas. It's much more efficient that way. It doesn't pulls a lot of power if you run it in electric from the solar bank, as I'm told. I turned this off from a dead, and it was cold within 8 hours. So very quickly cooled on the gas mode. This is the kids' loft, or the split loft, you could say, where you have 2 twins, and then the skylight opens up. Of course, you can stand up. Part of my design here was to be able to clean the solar panels in the winter. Snow accumulates, but also, to star watch and to be able to pop out and catch the view. This is location is in the Sangre de Cristo mountain range, the San Isabel National Forest outside of Pueblo, Colorado, about an hour outside of Pueblo, Colorado. As we go down here, we'll go over to the other loft. The dual stairway was a must so that A, you could get up easily without a ladder, and B, so our dogs could climb up the stairwell and not have any trouble. Dogs don't do stairs. The master loft is quite massive. In fact, it's really long, and it takes a few crawls on your knees to get actually into the loft. Once you're in there, you do not feel confined. You can sit up in bed. Put the storage in at the end of the bed there to put clothes in and maybe a TV over time. Here's the other skylight, and looking again to the north. 3 panels on the roof there generate all of the solar power that's required to fill the battery banks. I'll know over time whether or not I need to supplement that with any additional solar panels, and I might need to change the positioning over time and how they are faced towards the sun or not. Looking at the main cab, coming out of the master loft. We called these the Eagle Wing stairwell on the show, which was kind of fun. I think it was a first for them to do stairs both ways This is the automated skylight over the kitchen. Pretty neat. Wirelessly, you press this button, and then I'll show you a bit of a quick opening or a sped up opening of the skylight. It's not quick at all by any means. It's very slow, but of course it's hands-free, and you couldn't really get up there without a ladder anyway. So it was required to put the automated skylight. There's some copper fixtures. We asked for copper fixtures. We were accommodated there. Again, the copper hammered sink. That should age and look very nice over time. Really happy with that. I'll wrap up here with a pano over the Sangre de Cristo mountain range at sunset. Beautiful place to put a tiny home, and having this tiny home mobile was really helpful in getting it to my desired target location. I put this video together to kind of pay forward all that I've learned from the tiny home community and videos and blogs. And thank you for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below.